Welcome to the Roundtable, episode 37. And if you are here first, Cultura, I see you. You're first, so welcome. You guys, as you come in, if you can, hit the like for us. We'd appreciate it. And we have a very special treat for everyone tonight. We have the original boss man himself. We've got Cholo Trucker in the house. We're going to bring everyone in, talk about some topics. You guys go ahead and interact in the chat here, and let's see what we got going tonight. All right, here we go. Hey, how are you, Cholo? Welcome, brother.
Thank you so much for having me. Wow, this is fun. I wish I would have had a round table. My goodness.
Right. It's good to have you back, like old times. I feel like I always feel like I'm still answering to my boss when you're back, though. You know that?
It's a pleasure to be here, sister. Gracias for the
you.
invitation.
I appreciate it. Let's bring in our sister here, Denise Castillo. How
Hi,
are
guys.
you?
Hi, good. How are you guys?
Doing good. Doing
Denise,
good.
from your background, are you really doing good?
No.
Okay.
She's like, I don't want to talk about it. And we have House of Tattoos. How are you doing?
Hey, how you guys doing? Hey, what's up, Cholo?
What's going on, homie? What's going on,
Hey,
man?
I'm about to put that song on Reunited, man. What's up?
Right? I think everyone's kind of down about their football teams right now, right?
Oh yeah.
Yep, for
Yeah.
sure.
I'm not too much. For those who don't know, I'm a Steeler fan. I'm not too much. I wasn't really expecting too much. The fact that we got into the playoffs was I'm not gonna say a miracle, but it was a little bit of a miracle that we did not have our own destiny. We were in control of our own destiny. Certain things needed to happen. Certain teams had to lose. Certain teams had to win in order for us to get in there, and that's how we got in. So, no, look, they finished the season very strong once they brought in Mason Rudolph, and they looked really good. And I don't really have too many complaints. Obviously, you want to see them go all the way, but we had a lot of turmoil throughout the season.
Hey, what do you think about Rudolph, Mason Rudolph? What do you think about him? How did he?
Whatever it is about him, when he came in, the whole team just started playing better. I'm not saying it was necessarily him that did it, but the whole team, the running backs, Najee Harris and everything, man.
Yeah.
Now I feel like we're doing sports talk here. But the whole team just started playing better. I don't know what it was, but the whole team just started playing better. And by the way, just a cheap little plug, I do have a football channel called The Pick Six where we talk football. Well, we talk about Denise's team too, so we'll definitely have.
Yeah, I definitely have to go look at that.
You got to check it out.
Sure. We made it to the second seed. We played the Green Bay, and they they had us. They had us up until the second quarter, and then we started scoring. But it was 42 at the end to 42 to what 32, and you know what? They were just not in sync with each other. I felt like, there was a problem with CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott. I don't know what was going on there, but it was just all bad. They did not play like they played during the season.
Yeah.
I think with Cowboy fans too, we always have it in the back of our minds that they're not going to make, they let us down, 3-4 times already?
I think it was more than 8 or 9.
You got to roll that in, right?
Hey,
I'm diehard, man.
Okay, I do want to ask this. Why are the Cowboys the most hated? To me personally, they're just another team in the whole 32 team roster. So to me, they're just another team. But Cowboys are either you're a Cowboy fan, like you love them, or you extremely hate them. I don't know why. To me, they're just another team. But I don't.
You know what I think it is, Cholo, is how they say they're America's team. You know what I'm saying? And how they push that, and how their players, their fans, they push that. I think that's why. But I'm not a hater. Hey, my mom was a Dallas Cowboys fan, so I'm not a hater on them. But I think that's because they're doing that a lot. Saying America's favorite team or nah.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, no, it's the Steelers, man. Steelers are right. They wear the hard hat, the lunch pail. They go to work. That's
Yeah, we go to work. We don't have no what do you call those cheerleaders on the side either, you know?
no. Look, in all reality, I don't hate the Cowboys. My beautiful, crazy local wife extremely hates the Cowboys. Everybody who is not a Cowboy fan just hates the Cowboys. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, what's wrong
That's
with
because they
all
love
the
us
hate?
so much. They love us so much. They gotta hate.
Huh.
Yeah, yeah. To
I
me,
don't
they're
know.
just another team there. But
Yeah.
That's right.
one day, you know what? One day, it'd be Friedman to have a Super Bowl Cowboys Steelers.
That would be pretty
Oh,
cool.
that'd be bad.
That would
Yeah.
that would be.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
You know,
So
a lot
what
of
did
people
you
have
end up
ministers. Go ahead, sis.
what did you do this last weekend, Cholo? What did you have going on around your way?
So let's see. Man, what did I do?
That's how I feel right now too.
Okay,
Like, what did I do?
so Sunday we didn't do anything. We were really waiting for the Steeler game, but it was reported on Saturday morning that it was pushed to Monday. So Sunday we really didn't do anything at all. Saturday. Oh yeah. Okay, so Saturday, um, we were gonna go out,
How do you get it?
but didn't. There was a lot of stuff going on TV. My sons came over. We went ahead. We watched some boxing. We watched the football game. First of just almost all the playoff games were horrible this week. Almost all of them. Almost all of them were complete blowouts. We watched the boxing. We watched some wrestling. And we watched the football game. I got 3 TVs in my living room, so I'm a happy
Oh
man.
my gosh.
Yeah,
you have some concentration there, brother.
I am a happy man. So, hey, man,
Wow.
God bless everybody, man, and God bless my 3 TVs in my living room. I am an extremely happy man. So,
Hey, it's like being in a sports bar, huh?
I bet it feels that way. That's cool.
yeah. So that was pretty much why I went.
Cool.
Nice. And yourself, Denise, what did you do? I know you watched the game, but
Yeah, I watched the game, but it was my husband's birthday last on the 11th,
that's right.
and it was so funny, you guys. We didn't do nothing because he had to work, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of just said happy birthday and whatnot, and then came Friday. He went to work and he came home early, but I had already had the house all decorated.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, he was like, wow, what? And I said, sorry, we didn't do this on your birthday, but we're going to have some food tomorrow and just kick back. And he was like, all right, cool. So yeah, Saturday we ended up having some ribs.
Mm-hmm. Those ribs look good too.
Yeah,
you posted that picture. They looked bomb. Yeah.
Sound good.
Is that his choice? Was he like a big rib guy?
He likes ribs and steak, but yeah, when I talked to him before, he was like, it'd be nice to have steak. So that was a plan to make steaks outside.
Mm-hmm.
My daughters were like, no, we don't want to cook. Their boyfriends were like, we don't want to do that. I said, all right, well, we'll just cook inside. And so yeah, it was fun. We had a good time.
Cool.
That's good. I liked the picture you posted too. You put the little birthday hat on him and everything.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, dang, Denise went all out.
Yeah. I showed him that and he started laughing. He's like, you don't have Instagram. You don't have
That's
it.
cool.
But one of them that he got, he got his grandpa's big old coat on. I don't know what you call those coats. I'm sorry, but
Trench coat?
huh?
A trench coat?
Yeah, the trench coat. He put one of those on. His tatas, and he put that on. He's like, take my picture, and I was like, right on. So he picked the song to that one. I don't know what it was.
Okay.
But it was nice. We had a good weekend.
That's good.
That's
Happy
good.
birthday to him. I'm glad you guys had a good time.
Stop
How
over
about
there.
you, House? What did you do?
Working, helping the homie out with his truck, getting it going. Took my dog just recently to get a haircut, man, and he had a bad haircut, man. I was mad.
Oh, no.
I told him I let his hair grow long so we give him the line cut, right? So he comes back and they just balded him again, and then they took out some of his mane. So now he's looking kind of like just like he was before a little bit, but with the beard, And I told them they should have left it on the side because that's how the line cut looks.
Right.
So yeah, I wasn't happy with his hair day, and I've been telling him, "Hey man, you got a messed up hairdo, man."
You're gonna hurt his ego.
You go to like a dog hair cutting place, or you just take him to like
Yeah. Yeah, to the pet groomer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, but you know what? To be truthful to you, if I bought the clippers, I could do a better job than what that girl did, man. I was upset because I mean, you want to leave that big full mane because I seen pictures and I looked at them and they cut all it because I let his hair even grow longer than they asked, but then they chopped it up, man.
Like that. I know you were looking forward to that too.
No, I said, you don't look like a lion, man. I said,
Poor Bob.
other than that, man, just busy, man. Getting ready for next week, man. Everything's cracking. Everything's going good, man. I'll shoot you my address, got out, Cholo.
Oh, yeah.
I started doing that yesterday. And so other than that, man, just busy.
Word is that it's gonna rain this week.
It is. So it's going to be indoors, and we have a tent cover outside. Mm-hmm. What do they call those?
Like a tarp.
You know how the party things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
A tarp.
The tarp, you know, when they execute people out back, he's got one.
That's exactly right.
Around that.
Hey, I'll be nice. I won't say nothing about the thing because it was history, you know. But
right.
But yeah, no, and it's gonna be cool. We got it covered, man. We got it covered.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
It's gonna be cool.
We even got the cardboard for you, bro, to put on the floor.
Talking about, I'm gonna hit some windmills. Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, Melvin's making a special dessert. I can't tell you what it is, so you're gonna have to wait and see.
All right.
Okay, are we supposed to bring anything? My beautiful.
Yeah, it's a potluck. I got the meats covered and everything. I ordered it through this. I didn't want to cook, right? Mm-hmm. So I got a friend he's a caterer and he's been doing it for years. So I got the meats for tacos and everything, you know, and rice and beans, chilies and stuff, and whatever everybody else brings, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Hey, real quick, just because Denise brought up her birthday, I do want to give a shout out. Strangely, is on the same day. It was January 11th. To a good friend, great mentor of mine, Pastor David Rocha. They celebrated his birthday. Yeah, I wasn't able to there, but no, you know what? I had a good conversation with them over the weekend. Made a video for him, and man, they celebrated it like it was crazy. I don't know if anybody saw pictures, but the whole room was filled. They had a big screen up there. I'm like, gosh, I missed that part.
Nice.
Right? That's amazing. That's a great man of God. That's really cool to hear they celebrated him that.
That's cool, man. That's great.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, that's my frogs outside. You're hearing strange days. It's raining here again, so every time it rains, like the frogs are going crazy.
Right now it's raining?
Well, it's just sprinkling right now. It's about to start, so yeah, they're going at it again. Every time, I swear, it's like every time I'm in my office filming or going live, it seems like the frogs are going crazy. Yeah, shout out to Javier. Did you guys catch his video?
Yeah.
Shout out to Javier.
I'm gonna miss him. You know, I mean, we already do because I haven't really caught a live of his, but you know, like you said, he's still doing traviesos. Glad to be. I think we're all on it, huh?
Yeah.
So I know that he sent me a script like 6 months ago, and I did that.
Right.
Yeah.
But
he hit me up about 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, and he told me that he was gonna step away, but it wasn't my place to say anything. You know?
Right.
And I'm like, all right, you know, I told him, hey man, I hope you reconsider, you know, but you know, he had his mind made up, and you know, so be it, man. I wish him nothing but the best. I sent him a message today, just letting him know, hey man, you know, the channel is always open for him. So
Yeah.
Right.
Good guy.
Isn't he still going to be doing the thing with you, or is it the wrestling channel?
Yeah. Okay, so a lot of people don't know. They think I have my own wrestling channel, and in a way, I kind of do, because it was actually supposed to be 3 of us. Yet the other 2 individuals, Incredible Javier being one of them, just kind of like, faded away and just let it be it. So I just continue doing it, and I have Paul jump on. Paul does jump on.
Yeah.
Probably about once a week or so. But Javi did tell me towards the end of the year, once his shifts, I don't know if he gets control of his shifts or whatever, that he'll be jumping back on wrestling rehab. So yeah. But
Yeah.
really good guy right there. Really good dude, and that's the guy that I really used to like his channel. And
He had Mental Health Mondays, man.
That's the
put a
one I
lot of
really
info
enjoyed.
out there. A lot of good stuff.
Yeah, and I do want to say this. Him and I disagree on a lot. A lot of things. He has some sort of political views, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not too much of a political side guy, left or right, whatever. I just have my own beliefs, my own views, and a lot of times they clashed with his views. Yet him and I never had an argument or a bad feeling towards one another. We would have dialogue, we would have a conversation, but we never had a debate, nor did we ever have an argument. And at the end of our, conversation of our differences, it would be 100% all love, just the way it was before we had the conversation. So
Hey, I have to concur with that, what you just said right there, homie, because the same thing with me and Javier too, but exactly. You hit it on the spot right there, bro.
Yeah, I can agree as well. I feel like Javier was always able to have a conversation with anyone and part ways with the same energy he came in with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has this thing about, he's just so mellow and so, he knows how to talk.
I invited him, but we'll pray on it. Well, I know what he is, but we'll pray about it. But if he does, he shows up, it'll be great,
Right.
Yeah.
This is kind of random question, because I don't know the area down there. How far are you from like West LA area?
West LA, I would say about an hour and a half, depending on traffic.
I'm a little closer than that.
Are you?
Yeah, you're about an hour, huh?
Yeah, I mean, what are we talking about? We're talking about with traffic or without traffic?
Yeah, with traffic, 2-3 hours.
If the freeways are completely cleared and you're the only vehicle on the road, which never happens, but if that's
never happens,
it'll probably only take me about 30 minutes to get to the beach, but that never happens. So I'm probably about an hour from West Los, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, G.
Same here. An hour away.
Saludos, Gilu, to everybody in the chat, man. I send mine Spanx. Strange days.
Shout out to everyone in the chat. There is something that happened in Miami like a little over a week ago, and I don't know if you guys had heard of it or seen some of the video clips, but I know we've kind of touched on in the past or brought up people's different beliefs, in aliens or whatever, but there was something that took place in Miami in a mall, and it ended up like causing such a scene that 60 plus cop cars showed up and surrounded this mall. People were running. There was like a lot of people saying that they saw aliens or orbs. Some people said they saw, 10, 12-foot blurry figures coming at them. All these people had like different accounts of what they saw, but a lot of people seem to think that there was a presence there that was either alien-like or something not of this world. Yeah. And I was just curious, what are your guys' thoughts on those things?
Well, I mean, I got a lot of questions because I saw what you're talking about, but I didn't really get into it. Is there footage of them capturing something?
I don't believe there's footage of capturing anything. And I feel like all the footage I saw looked very edited. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Some of it looked like a little swirly thing was floating. Another one looked like this big alien-like figure, but blurred out, walking towards people. But that one was good because it kind of tripped me out. The people around it were reacting to it and like backing away and pointing and screaming. So whoever did that, if that's edited, which I think it is, did
I
a good
seen
job.
the thumbnail on that one, and the thumbnail had big aliens. They showed them, and they were clear. But when I hit the link, I didn't see nothing like that. Mm-mm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it just was weird how many people, like, if it was a couple people that it caught the attention of, but I mean, there's hundreds of videos, people giving their different accounts of saying there was an event that took place there that does not make sense.
Okay, so law enforcement was there, right? Because I think that, like, I saw a picture of like many police cruisers there.
Yeah.
So law enforcement was there.
That part looked real.
Is their report out or is it not out?
So what I saw last that somebody put out today was law enforcement said they've determined it was teenagers fighting and they had set off fireworks.
Ah, wow. Okay. All right. Look, I need to know where they bought those fireworks at, man, because this was we're gonna light up, man.
What were they mixed up with, huh?
Yeah. I'm not even really sure what to believe in this. Like I said, I heard of this story, but I didn't really look into it, and it just kind of went over my head. But I did see pictures of like a lot of law enforcement there, and I even saw somebody put out there that cops are fighting aliens. I'm like, are they like Martian?
I don't know.
Like what are we doing? Because I think this would have completely, broke civilization as we know it. But I don't really think too much about it. I think it's a little bit more fake than it is real. So,
I agree.
That's all. But at the same time, I mean, if that many police cruisers were there just to break up teenagers fighting, either it was a very slow day and law enforcement was bored, they all wanted to get into some action, or there must have been something else going on for them to screw up. But it's kind of odd that there's not clear footage in the day and age where you can get clear footage.
Right.
Yeah,
there it is right there. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't really believe it.
Yeah. It was definitely hard to believe when people started saying, first of all, explaining completely different things, but it's crazy that people will be out there and just jump onto a topic and want to be part of it so bad that they're going to make up a whole scene or scenario that they saw. I mean, there was guys saying that these guys, cops walked up to them and took their phone and deleted all their pictures and videos before they could leave the mall. And
I failed to believe that, man.
Yeah.
But I was kind of tripping out because some of the I don't know, some of the like YouTube online pastors, like big channels, were doing videos on it. And they were saying not that it was aliens, but it was I can't remember how to say the word properly, but it starts with an N, and supposedly like Nephilims or something, like where the angels
in the Bible. It's in the Bible.
I
know what you're talking about.
Supposedly they're saying like that's what appeared and people are need to wake up, and I don't know, it was kind of crazy to see them fighting that. Yeah, I don't know, it was a trip because they were hyped up about it and they were into it in the videos explaining what it was.
Okay, look, I don't know what it is that people just want to be on camera that don't know anything. I seen that when you said that, Jen, it reminded me of something that happened in Montclair. There was a robbery or something that took place. There used to be a Mervin's, right? Mervin's isn't around it. Right. There was a Mervin's and there was a robbery right there, right? And then the news, they rolled up and they got the cameras out there, and it's like, oh man, and they're like, oh, who saw anything? Who's got something to say? And some dude was all like, hey man, yeah, right here. He like wanted to be out there so bad. It's like he gets on there, and then it's like, okay, sir, so what'd you see? I don't know. I rolled up and then I just see cops here, and it's like, okay, did you see the suspect? No, I didn't see him. And it's like, So and it just, he didn't know anything. He just wanted to be on that. He just, a lot of his answers were just like, I don't know. I don't know. I just showed up. I don't know. I don't know. And I'm just kind of like, hey, how about me over here? I don't know anything.
Right.
What are
Yeah.
you doing? What are you doing? You don't know anything. You didn't see anything. You showed up there after the fact. I don't know what he really wanted other than to just be on television.
Be there, yeah.
Yeah.
We just want to be there so bad. I knew a girl like that. Well, I don't know her anymore. Well, I should say I know of her. But back in the day, she had a police scanner. She would listen to it, and whatever was popping off in the neighborhood, she would go and show up just to try and get the opportunity for the news to like talk to her.
Wow.
And she did that once. There was like a shooting in Watsonville somewhere.
You always have that one person in the neighborhood that wants to be that one.
And she got interviewed. Yeah, she was interviewed, and it was like the best day of her life. You would have thought she was the lottery. This girl was so happy.
Hey, did you see that one lady on, I guess, Facebook, TikTok, whatever? She was a black lady, and there was a fire, but how she was talking through the fire about the fire, man, that cracked me up, man.
She was funny. Yeah, that became a meme, I think. Yeah, like that whole video. So yeah, I think it was JoJo that dropped it in here, and Dee Dee. Yeah, Nephilim, and that is the description says. The Nephilim are a mysterious being or people in the Hebrew Bible who are described as being large and strong. The Hebrew word Nephilim is sometimes translated as giants and sometimes taken to mean the fallen ones. Oh, yikes. Okay.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That was in the book of the one they took out of the Bible. Not Thomas. What was the other book? What was that book? Cholo? Do you know Cholo?
No.
It was
Enoch, the book of Enoch. Talks about,
yeah. They took that out of the Bible, along with quite a few other books, but Enoch's the one that's always brought up. They picked that one out of the Bible.
Yeah. Right, Betsy?
Hey, I won't believe it till I see it. Hey, thank you, G. Lou, but I'm 59, bro, and
Nephilim, that's what it is.
Nephilim. It's
okay.
Nephilim.
Well, I mean, look, if it is that, I guess there's really nothing to worry about. I mean, Miami PD took them down, so
something happened. They're not.
Yeah,
they
we got Martin Lawrence and Will Smith over there in Miami. If they were going and destroying the city, then I'd be like, okay, you know what, man, this is something we got to worry about. But Miami PD showed up and took them down. So
they handled it.
Did you guys watch the guy named they call Mega Man?
I never seen him. I heard of him, but I never seen him.
Yeah, he's very knowledgeable to a lot of things, and he was talking about the firmament, and on the other side of that wall is where everything is just all bad.
Do you believe that? Do you believe that, Denise?
You know what? No, I haven't looked into it, but
it says it talks about the firmament in Genesis. But it doesn't say it's like it's the end, I looked it up, but I can't remember offhand right now. But but
I was like, I want to ask him what's on the other side of that. Like, what is
a lot of flat earthers take that into their account of the firmament and what's beyond that. So that's and in the book of Enoch there is a little bit more that talks, never says that it's really flat earth, but there's scripture in there that you can kind of try to connect the dots, and that's they use that to say like, oh look, the earth is really actually flat.
Hey, on the talking about the Nephilims, isn't that why God also destroyed the earth, because of the way it was going, and plus they were breeding with human beings? Did you read that part? Yeah.
That's crazy, right? Oh.
Well, JoJo.
I mean, Miami PD took them down, so I think
they got it.
I think if one shows up, I think we could just jump that vato. So
right.
I
think they got it. There was another story that came out the other day. This was more like from the TikTok side of things, but it caught my attention because it involved the Bay Area. And there's a very well-known food reviewer that goes by the name of Keith Lee. Well, that is his name on TikTok. And he goes like to different cities and all over the US with his family. He's like so wholesome and kind. And he's been able to really help out a lot of restaurants by just showing up, ordering food. He pays for it. He doesn't say who he is. He goes out to his car normally and films, or, to his home if it's in his hometown. And just based off of his reviews, he's really been able to help a lot of restaurants like become, much larger or breathe life into them when they're not doing well. But recently he came to the Bay Area and he put a video out and said that this was the first time in like his entire so far career of reviewing food that he had to call his trip off, you know what I mean? Like just cut it off and not follow through with it. And I was thinking, well, why would that be? Was it that bad? And it's not that. It's not that the food wasn't good. He was so like taken back and discouraged by the way people are living and like the like extreme homelessness, like what's going on in the streets around the areas he went to, that he felt like it wouldn't even be fair to put content out there and show and expose what the Bay Area looks like, the places that he went to eat, that it would, it would look bad for people that are trying to.
Jen, my pastor was just talking about that recently in church. We're talking about things, and he brought up over there the Bay Area because he used to go down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he says it's completely changed. It's not like it used to be before, man. Yeah, it's real bad, man.
What's this guy's name? Keith Lee.
Yeah, he's got something. I mean, millions of followers. Yeah.
Is he a big fat black guy?
No, he's thin, and he's a black guy, but he's thinner, and he's married. He's got either one or two kids, and he normally has his family with him, like just super wholesome. And like, I think he was what was he, like a boxer or MMA fighter?
Oh, I don't know. There's the wrestler Keith Lee, so that's why I was just.
Oh, okay.
But I will say on that, last time I went to San Francisco was for the Alcatraz swim, and we stayed in the Mission District. Hey, man, there's homeless all over the place, doing their drogas, taking their issues right in front. They're not hiding it. Yeah. They're not hiding it. They're sitting right there. You got the syringes, you got the glass PFAS. They're not hiding it. They're not like, oh, here comes somebody. No, and it's all over the sidewalks. It is all over the side. We stayed in the Mission District. We got the room right there, and you just look outside the window, and you walk around. My beautiful, crazy local wife and I walked around. They're everywhere, just laying and just sitting there, and they got their tents up, and they're just out there, just out in the open, just going ahead shooting up. So, yeah, I can definitely see that.
Yeah,
hey, I want to ask you a question. Oh, go ahead, Jen.
Didi here we go. She said, Didi says he was an MMA fighter. So, no, he's big on YouTube also. Okay, I knew it was some kind of contact, like fighting. So that's interesting. And yeah, on TikTok, he's got like 16 million followers. So he's a big deal.
You know what? And it's funny because in my city, when there's a homeless person, or they're noticeable. My city's not that big, but when they see them, they take them. The cops get them and take them out of the city, drop them off in the next city. They don't allow them to
they actually pick them up and ship them out, huh?
Yeah, they don't let them not even lay with their sleeping bags. I see this guy by the post office, and he was posted up, and next thing you know, he was gone. And I had asked the lady, and she said, "No, the cops got him and took him."
Yeah,
I was like, "Wow, that's what they do."
Cholo, I have a question. This year, are you gonna do anything like out great like you did before, swim the bay, or you got anything planned for this year, or what?
No, you know what? No. As a matter of fact, it's my New Year resolution that I put too many things on my plate, and I get about 40 to 60% of all of it done, and then I look back and say, "Damn it, I didn't complete what I wanted to complete, right?
Mhm.
I feel on the real. I feel like I completely wasted so many years in my life. I do. I feel like I completely
Really?
wasted so many years, my 20s,
Mhm.
even my some most of my 30s. I feel like I completely wasted. I could have done so much. I was always pretty athletic. But you know what? I just wanted to kick it with the homies and do that street stuff and get involved in the whole, drugs and alcohol and everything that comes with that lifestyle. And I
Mhm.
feel like I wasted so much of my life to where now I'm like very excited. I want to do so many things. And when the whole year passes, I'm like, I got to do a lot of cool things, but I only really accomplished 40 to 60% of everything that I put on my plate.
Mm.
So this year, I'm not putting anything on my plate, just one thing and complete it 100%. And then next year, I could put another thing on my plate, complete it
Mhm.
100%.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
Just
good.
completing,
Mhm.
60% of
Don't put
some,
too much stuff on your plate and you be incomplete. That's a good way of doing it, bro. Heck
yeah.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense because to me, I'm thinking, I don't know anyone that does the things you do, like the amount of things and the type of things. Like it's so exciting to watch
I
that
never seen a cholo
you've done
swim
a
the
lot,
bay from Alcatraz. I never seen that.
right?
Nah.
So that makes sense what you're saying. Like to us, you accomplish everything and then some. But like you said, you put a lot more on your own plate. So
yeah, we'll do probably a 5K here and there. My beautiful crazy local wife and I did the reindeer run. She was
Mhm.
live on
I
it.
seen that. Yeah. Oh, I seen that.
She was over there marching her nalgas off. So
that was cool.
yeah.
What's that like? Running like a 5K. Is that just absolutely exhausting afterwards? Are you
Mm,
wiped out or are you on that like a adrenaline high still?
if you're a runner, then it's not too much for you. But if you're not, I tell you, it's challenging. It doesn't sound like
Mhm.
much, but it's challenging. And I
Mhm.
I would highly recommend everybody to do a 5K this year, even if you're not in shape. Just walk it, crawl
Mhm.
it. If you're in a wheelchair, roll it, whatever. It's you versus you. It's not you versus anybody else. Don't look at what anybody else is doing. You go out there, you do it. If it takes you an hour, if it takes you over an hour, so be it.
Mhm.
Just complete it. That is it. It's you versus you. Don't worry about people passing you up. It's
What
it's
was your time, Cholo? What was it? How long did it take you?
what was my time, Becca? On the 5K? I think it was like 26 and some change.
Oh,
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
wow.
26 and some change.
That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah,
damn.
26 change.
It would
I,
have
I
took me it would have took me all night until the next morning.
Right? Right.
I'll be back.
I've been
Hey, we
crawling.
took a break. Huh?
Yeah, me too. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it though.
Yeah.
Take on one thing at a time.
Yeah. I'm not a competitive person, so
Definitely.
I would be.
Mhm. You're not a what was that, Denise?
I'm not a competitive person, I would
Mhm.
just do it like Cholo said and just run it for yourself.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, just do it on your own pace.
Yeah.
that's right. And then you and House did a video together recently too, talk about trucking, right?
Oh yeah, cement mixers.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What is that? That type of
That
trucking?
type of job, it's just like a truck driver's, except you're delivering concrete to different locations.
Oh.
And it's could be dangerous at times. Like I was telling Cholo trucker, but
Mhm.
truck driving is dangerous. I wanted to shoot you this video. Somewhere back east, it was snowing, and did you see that big pile up, the Cholo
Yeah,
trucker?
yeah.
Oh man, and that guy's in the truck. Just stay in there. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But cement mixing truck is it's a good job. It paid good, and but I'm always home in the evening. But you don't get much sleep because you're
Mhm.
back up 2 o'clock in the morning going out to work again.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I have a
Yeah.
question. for Cholo, when you truck drive and you deliver stuff, right?
Mhm.
And then you have to wait till to the place you deliver it to unload. Is that like, do they take a long time with that?
They can, but for the most part, with me, in my situation, no, they don't. But it can. I mean, speaking for other truckers, there's times
Mhm.
where it could take them a day, maybe even two,
Yeah.
to get a number to actually get in there to be unloaded. It's unfortunate for them, but I'm not in that situation. So no,
Mhm.
I show up and and
It's not like when you deliver, you have a big line of trucks that you have to wait in.
no, no,
No.
no, 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 not for me. But yeah, there are those that deliver to some of those big old DCs, and sometimes it can be pretty rough, and they have to wait for a certain number, and yeah, they could be waiting
Mhm.
15, 20 hours,
Yeah.
before they take it done. So it's that
Is
sucks.
is that something like when you are waiting that long, is that where you just kind of kick back and rest in your truck, do things like that? Or how do you?
I'm sure they do. I've never been in that position.
Oh,
I've always delivered to stores, not so much DCs. Distribution centers. I've never really been one to deliver to those. I usually deliver to stores, so that's a little bit different. But when you go to distribution centers for major companies, yeah, they got lines of trucks, and you may go up to the security, and they're like, "Hey, we don't have a load number for you, so you got to contact." And they got to send you one, and that can take some time. It can take some serious time. So I feel for those guys.
yeah. Yikes. Yeah, I've got
Saludos.
a friend, her boyfriend does that kind of trucking, and she's like, every time she talks to him, he's like in Tennessee or West Virginia, or just like he's in a different state almost every day. I'm like, I cannot imagine
You,
what that's like.
right now, being right here in California, we can't complain about our weather, man. It's freezing out there. I saw a video today on YouTube.
Mhm.
A driver trying to put diesel, and he's reporting the handles are breaking off because
Oh,
it's
Oh,
frozen. It's so frozen that they're squeezing the handle so much, and pow, it just breaks off.
I
So
seen
they're not
something like
even.
that. I seen something like that in Russia, and they were just like, you can't be outside for such a long time. But they had showed this girl where she was out there, and her eyelashes were frozen. They showed like a guy eating soup. By the time he lifted that soup up, it was frozen.
no
hey,
way.
I seen one where in Texas. This was in Texas just recently. Two
Yeah.
ladies were outside with long hair, and they throw their head down and let it sit like that for a while. Then they lift their head up, and their hair is standing in the air like this. That's
That's
how cold it
great.
was, bro.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
crazy, man.
it was like -12 over there. So
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
even like where my son lives. It was like -2 yesterday.
wow.
And he sent me a picture because I got the boys, my grandson's
Mm.
trampoline, and it's got like the caging around it so if they don't fall off, right?
Right.
And the picture shows the snow is like halfway's up the trampoline, just packed in
Wow.
there. I'm like, that
Yeah,
really
I
feels
think we're getting some Canada weather down here, you know?
yeah. The
Yeah.
weather
Well,
is crazy.
well, not here compared to
No, no, but towards the Middle East, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because some
Yeah.
of the weather I've been seeing
Not
on trucker on certain trucker channels, I'm like, dang man, they're really struggling out there. Some of these guys are out there stuck. So.
Hey, but it's been cold over here, pretty Cholo. It's been pretty cold over here, bro. You
Yeah.
know, down to
My
Yeah,
daughter,
31
that,
degrees.
that's 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 California cold though, man.
Yeah,
It's not the
yeah.
same.
that's 43. That ain't nothing.
It's
Hey,
just not the same.
Inland Empire is cold, bro. It's actually colder than where you're at. Maybe. Well, you live somewhere out there, so yeah, you live close by, right? Yeah.
I don't live too far from you. I mean, you're pretty far east, man.
Yeah.
You're getting out there, dog. So
Well, my daughter has to go to Fort Worth, Texas for her job next week.
Oh, she's
Oh, wow.
going?
Yeah. So I'm a little nervous about that, but you know what? God has her. I mean, I can't, there's no stopping that, but Not
That's
have
right.
the
Yeah, let them
show.
go. It's their life, man. Yeah.
And that's the one that she lived in Reading for about 3 years at a Christian academy. So I'm not too,
Wow.
I'm used to her being gone, but
Mhm.
that's far, Fort Worth, Texas.
Texas, yeah.
I
And
would,
Reading, it gets hot in Reading. I know that, but
She loved Reading. She was there for 3 years, you guys.
really,
mm,
Christian Academy, and
Yeah.
that was a trip. She came home surprising one day, and I just fell to the floor. I'm just like,
Hey, Cholo, I was watching your videos and how you're traveling through the other states, New Mexico, and all that. Now that's bad right there, man. That's
it
nice
is,
because
man.
it takes you away from the concrete jungle and you're just looking at everything, man. God's creation. That's bad. Okay.
It's oh man, it's heaven, dog. It's heaven on earth, man. Just there's nothing like life on the open road. And I passed by Fort Worth, Denise.
oh really?
Yeah. It's I love it, man. I
Yeah.
love it. There's nothing like it, man, on the open road. Not when it's all windy or anything like that, but
Oh heck no, the wind factor, man.
when
It's
everything is
crazy.
nice, cool, calm, there's nothing just like the open road, man.
Yeah.
Love
Hey,
it.
when it's
Down,
windy,
down,
Cholo,
like,
are your ass
beautiful.
cheeks
That's beautiful.
gripping onto the chair or what?
When that wind is blowing, man, you turn the radio off, both hands on the steering wheel.
Right.
It's scary, man. It is
Yeah.
very, very scary, dog.
I
Yes.
can't imagine. Oh, I cannot imagine. But of all the states that you've been through, if you had to choose one that was like, stuck out to you the most beautiful, or you would go to live or visit, what would it be?
I like trucking it through Utah.
Okay.
Utah, the scenery, the shape of the rocks,
Yeah.
um, everything there just looks really, really nice. Um, some of the best pork chops or the best pork chops I ever ate in my life were in Green River, Utah, small little town. But just trucking it through Utah is I like the scenery. I like Colorado too, but no, Utah.
Okay. That's where like the red dirt is, right? Like all the red
The rocks,
rock.
everything. It's
Okay.
just I no the dirt. I mean everything. I love it. The mountains, the shape of the rocks, all that stuff. Just trucking through there. I don't know if I'd move there, but just trucking it through there.
Okay.
Yeah, Utah. I like Utah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Hey Cholo, do you do coastal traveling like in your truck, like off the coast, like Pacific Coast Highway or whatever, you know?
Yeah. I have. It's been a minute or two, but yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
that
Yeah,
would be nice, man. Heck
yeah.
yeah.
Going up through, going Paso Robles, Guadalupe. Yeah, going up the coast, man. It's again when the weather's right and you're going up the coast, ain't nothing like it.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing like it. So
I bet.
gotta love what you do.
Okay. Zion National Park in Utah is amazing, says Mrs. Chicano too. I bet it is. I would love to visit there too.
I've been to what's that one? The Petrified Forest or the Painted Desert. Where's that at? That's in Arizona, isn't it?
Painted Desert?
I don't know.
Yeah. We
Anyone
had the
know that?
Petrified Forest and the Painted Desert. They also had caverns there. It was pretty nice, man.
That would be cool to check
I
out.
think it
Yeah.
was,
My daughter goes to Utah, and because Post Malone lives up there. That's her favorite singer. She goes up there. She's like, I saw him, Mom. Saw him going in down the street. And the only reason why she said it was him was she saw him, but he had this bright yellow, like one of those workers t-shirts on.
Okay.
You know, they wear yellow and orange.
Yeah.
I believe it was yellow. And she looked it up, him at this bar that day. And yeah, it was him. So she was like, she was all mad because she was telling her husband, turn around. And he took miles to turn around. So they lost him.
That's funny.
But yeah, she goes to Utah for that.
Yeah. Hey, Cholo, I just want to say, man, I enjoyed the time on your live you did the other day, the Manly one, man. Hey,
Oh, the guy.
that was a good one. That was a good one, man.
A Manly live?
Manly live.
Oh, no. Okay. So the week before that, my beautiful crazy local wife and I were doing a live together, and I said, you know what? One day we gotta do a live where it's just the guys, just the fellas, and there's really no way to, stop the girls from watching or whatever, right? So I was just like, you know what? We'll go ahead. We'll do a live just for the fellas, man. And if the girls chime in, hey, respects, but I'll go ahead and remove their chat and comments, right? And the week afterwards, I had some time, so I'm like, yeah, let's go ahead, let's do it. So yeah, I went ahead and I did it. It was fun, just chopping it
That's
up with
cool.
the fellas. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good having some guy time.
hmm But let me ask you, ladies, this though, because like if like let's say you, Jen, right? If you
Mhm.
say you're gonna have, ladies' night out, and it's just gonna be for the ladies, and all you girls are gonna do is just girl talk, whatever that is, right?
Mhm.
I don't feel the need to sneak watch and sneak listen and what are they talking about? It's like, okay, I don't know, they're gonna talk about their, I don't know, ovaries, or I don't know. But they're girl talk, they're gonna do their thing. They're gonna do their thing, cool, all right,
Yeah.
let it be. But I find that whenever guys want to do, like where it's just guy talk, just the fellas, girls
Mhm.
always want to be just sneaking and putting their ear out there. Hey, what are they talking about? What are they talking? What is that all about?
You know what? That's true. So I'm with you on that because I have witnessed it and I've been a part of it in some ways. Like I don't know. I feel like women were so naturally curious of what goes on and what is really being said and talked about, and what do guys, what are they saying that's so important when they hang out. I feel like a lot of women get sucked into wanting to know, and they have to know everything like that's going on. I mean, and some of it could be insecurity, wanting to know, like, who are they talking about or what are they saying? And um but I feel like, honestly, I feel like you guys are far more innocent than girls night out because you don't want to hear what these girls are talking about. Like, most of my I don't really do girls night outs, but the times that I have, it's shocking to see the things that some women are talking about compared. Guys, I feel like you guys are just having fun, like, and always come back in a good mood. So, and I don't know, I feel like girls are talking much more, I don't know the proper word to use right
They're
now.
talking about their problems.
um Problems could be some of it, or they could be comparing stories, and that could go, you know kind of
You broke a
crazy.
nail or something, or
No, not those kind of stories. But I mean, I think that women just, I feel like, I don't know, we're nosy. Maybe we just want to know everything that goes on at a guy's night out. But I don't think that it's that big of a deal. I think it's a good thing, actually, for you guys to have your guy time. I mean, it's good for women to have girls' night out too, if you're with the right circle of friends. I would say that.
Okay.
Yeah, women want to know details, right? It's in our nature. Yeah,
All
I
right.
agree.
All right.
I
I
agree.
just, yeah, I was just thinking about that because I was like I said, if you had a panel of nothing but ladies, and it's
Mhm.
just like it said right there, hey, women talk, women only, or whatever
Mhm.
like that. I wouldn't. I'd be like, yeah, this isn't for me.
Right.
I'm not curious. I move on,
Yeah.
But I've noticed when it's like, hey, nothing but the fellas, let's have some guy talk or whatever.
Mhm.
Women always want to, be sneak watching and
Oh
listen.
yeah.
What are they
Yeah.
saying? What's going on over
I,
there?
I agree with you on
Right.
that, Joe Trucker, because I've seen that myself in real life. I agree.
Right. And you don't even know, like, the
It's
ones
like
that
the
were
radar.
silent
You know?
watchers. They were probably listening behind the scenes. What are they talking about? Like, it's some
Right.
big mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, uh,
No.
but I don't know. I'll do it again sometime soon. I said it right there.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna, put put some sort of date, or hey, once a month or once every now and I just
Mhm.
whenever I can, I'll go ahead and do it. So it was cool.
Yeah, that is cool to do something like that. I have a question, you guys, that a viewer sent in, and she does not want her name mentioned, but it's kind of a relationship question. So let me see if I can read my own writing. I tried to write it down just like she said it. Okay, so what would you do if you were in a long distance relationship and you felt like this is your future husband? Would you leave your hometown, family, job, etc. behind in order to see if this was really the one for you? So it's pretty open-ended question, but she wanted our feedback on, would you just up and leave everything basically is what it sounds like. Pursue a relationship with someone you thought could be your spouse.
Why can't he up and leave everything?
And she didn't leave that as an option. I don't know.
I don't know. That'd be
For me
kind of
personally, I feel like if it were me, you would have to actually be the spouse in order to move. Like if you're, you know what I mean? Like I'm not going to move if there's a potential that we could be married. I'm going to move if we are married, in fact, and that's going to be the life for me. But
If you want me to move, put a ring on it. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, I mean, I'm not going to up and leave everything I'm comfortable with and know if I have my own setting and family and friends to fall back on. And I don't think I would unless I had the security of knowing like I'm moving for a reason, like, and it's for sure. Because they could break up, in a week, and then what? She
See,
gave up.
that's the hard part about it right there, because you have to definitely be sure about it, because
Yeah.
if not, that can happen, like you just said, and that does happen.
Yeah, but I mean, I could be thinking more on the negative side too. I always think of things like what if, so I don't necessarily take my advice. I don't know. What do you think, Denise?
I mean, there's always a what if, but I wouldn't do that myself. I wouldn't pick up and move, for a guy like that. I don't, because then, you're leaving everything and everybody behind, right? To start something that you don't even know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah, we don't have a.
You're afraid maybe he might be with you and then kick you out, and then you have nothing and you have to go start over again. Is that it?
I mean, I think that he would always have that to throw in your face if you had, you had an argument, right?
See,
I mean,
then that's right there. That's not the right person to be with. That, and
if it's like that, yeah.
Yeah,
Unless you
maybe
want
she
to,
just wants to, maybe she
you
just
know,
wants to go over there so she could chime in on his guys' night out.
Right. Maybe she wants to hang out with him and the guys.
All right. Let's dissect this letter. There's not enough information on there to really give
Mhm.
a
A
good thought
proper.
on it. Right. Okay. So obviously she feels for the guy. If not, she
Hey,
wouldn't.
I'm on a live right now, brother. So on round.
Okay. Obviously she does have certain feelings for the guy. If not, she wouldn't even be considering it. Now, leaving family behind. Did she say she has kids here or no?
She didn't mention anything else. So I'm tempted to, message her back and ask for a little more detail because, like you said, it's kind of hard to give a.
Well, okay, so then we could go off just different situations in her life. If she has kids, that's definitely something to consider. However, if her kids are grown and they've gone off on their own, that's another thing, right?
True.
Family, it depends how close you are to family. I got family here and I never see them. So me picking up and moving, it's not gonna affect me too much. I love my family and everything, but we don't spend time together like that. So how close is she really with her family? Now, the fact that she's even this is a debate up in her own mind. lets me know that she really has some sort of feelings for this guy. So she's not going into the land of the unknown.
Right.
She knows this individual.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping she does. There are some
Yeah.
online there are some online kind of wacko relationships where you really don't know the person. So how much of time have you actually spent with the person live in person,
Mm-hmm.
not online or anything like that, but in
Yeah.
person, for you to think that, hey, this could be, the one? Because spending time apart, you could get along with almost everybody when you spend time apart.
True.
It's when you spend time together that really tests the relationship, and that goes with everything. That's with friendship as well.
Mm-hmm.
The more time you spend with a person, the more you actually really
Oh, yeah.
truly get to know them, and then you really truly figure out, okay, do I really want to hang out with this person this much?
Mm-hmm.
If she's free, which I don't know if she is or not, I wouldn't see a problem if she wants to pick up and go try it out. Depending on how free she is, though. What's her career like? Is it a major setback if she leaves her career, or is it just a job to her?
Hey,
Yeah.
can I say something real quick? For something like this to happen in a relationship, whether it be the man or the woman, how long do you think they should be together, or just somewhat of an area before they commit to something like that?
Yeah.
How long do you think? 2
Yeah,
years?
I don't know if time. I mean, time definitely counts,
Time?
but it's more of the bond
What you
and the
know. Yeah.
connect that you have with somebody,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to the time.
But
Um,
within that time, you get time to bond. That's what I'm
right.
saying. I figure it has to be a long, over maybe a couple years, but bonding together with each other,
Well,
before you make a commitment.
I mean, the fact that she knows and he knows that their time is very limited. Even let's say he flies over to wherever she's at, and
Mm-hmm.
say he has 3 weeks to spend there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just both of them knowing that this time is going to come to an end, it's going to put you mentally and emotionally in a state where it's like, we got to make every day count.
Mm-hmm.
When you're with somebody day to day, should it be like that? Yes, it should be like that. But if we're gonna be honest, no, it's not always like that. Okay, it's just it's not right. You start in subconsciously, in a way that you don't even know it, you start taking each other for granted a little bit, right? And then you remind it like, oh man, you know what? I really got this special person in my life. But for them, it's always a special day. It's always a special time because your time is very limited.
Mm-hmm.
So you knowing that this time that we have now is going to come to an end in 3 weeks, there's no time for, hey, let's just be lazy and not do anything. I'm sure she probably, maybe she dolls herself up every day, and she probably really doesn't do that on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
He probably just shows the best of himself because, hey, in 3 weeks, I'm going to be gone, and we're just going to talk on the phone. And look, it's a lot like that when vatos are locked up, man. There's a lot of the jail talk, and
Yeah.
with social media, it's like that. Like, damn, girl, I love you, and
Yeah.
all this good, sweet, and writing you poetry and everything. And then homeboy gets out, and
Yeah.
A lot of cupcaking going on.
hey,
No, I just say you have to see that other side. There's always, there's two sides of a person. There's
Yeah.
there's that sweet person, and then there's that mean person.
There's
Hey,
Alderan, right? Alderan.
Well, we've all got our different, mood
once you see that, I think you'll know if you're meant to be, if you can handle that. You know what I mean?
Mhm. I think what Mrs. Chicano Tubes mentioned earlier plays a factor in it as well. Like, I think she said something like maybe in her 20s, but not in her 40s, she would have done that. Something like that. Where is it at? But I think age could play a factor into it also. Like, depending on how old you are. Like you said, Cholo, if she's got grown kids and, they're out of the house and she's on her own, go for it. If you want to.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Jen. I think age factor has a lot to do with it too. The older you are, because you have time, Yeah.
Okay, age has a lot to do with it in which way? Because if she's in her 20s and doesn't have kids, and she doesn't have a career, just a job, I don't see a reason for her.
True. Yeah, you got a point there. Every scenario is different.
If she's old, that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know enough of her situation, right?
Right.
If she's moving a family of her, her kids and everything, then hey girl, you really got to rethink all this stuff, because you look, well, she is considering it, right?
Yeah.
So she has some sort of feelings for this dude.
Mhm.
He's doing something right, but how well do you guys really know each other? I remember I made a video not too long ago where this girl met this dude, right? And she said he was a great guy, successful, funny, made her laugh, made her feel really good and everything, right? And I think she was only dating him for, I think, like a month or so. I'm not even really sure. And then they went to one of these escape rooms. You could go to those escape rooms where you have to figure out how to get out of there and everything. And I've done one of these with my beautiful, crazy local wife and a couple of people. And I'm gonna be real. They can get frustrating. You do get frustrated with other people.
Really?
That's just being honest. So in that case, she brought him around her friends and a cousin or something. But you do it with like 8 people or something like that. And he was the outsider, right? She was bringing him in around her people, and he showed another side, and because you can get frustrated. He was getting mad, he was getting upset, he was getting pissed off at people and saying, getting aggressive and, hey man, you don't know what you're doing and stuff like that. And now that showed
Then we
another
get to
side
see
to
how
her.
he really is.
Yeah, that showed another side to her where it's like, okay, this is a great dude. I've been dating him for a month. We've been spending a lot of time together, but he got frustrated in this situation, and he kind of lashed out. So yeah, it's a rough one with long distance relationships. So I
Hey, Cholo, how did you come across that room thing? I never heard of that until you mentioned it. How'd you come across that? Like, is it just people that you know that say, "Hey, there's one of those things going on"?
I think I watched a rerun episode of King of Queens.
Okay.
And I saw it right there. And I remember I told my beautiful crazy local wife, hey, yeah, you know what? We should do one of those, but on that episode, it was just 2 of them. Where the one we had to do, it was a few of us. And yeah, look, it does test your patience with other people. It does, so
did you pick other people or were they already?
Yeah, no, you go in a group.
Okay.
You take your people and it's like, hey, let's go, and you go in a group. So
yeah.
I guess the best advice I guess I could give her is, look, girl, if you got nothing going on here, then go try it out. And I mean, who's to say you can't come back? I don't know where you're at financially. I don't know where you're at financially. If you got kids, you definitely really need to think about this. And long distance relationships are always rough. I don't really recommend them. I really don't. Honestly, probably the best relationship. I'm sorry, probably the best advice, and you don't have to take it, but I would say find somebody a little bit more locally.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I imagine that would be really hard. So when they say escape room, I'm curious because I've never been either. Does that literally mean like you're trying to find a way to get out of a room?
Yeah. You're solving different problems, different puzzles, different riddles, and then another door opens, and then that has a couple of riddles around. You got to look at the room, and It's like, that book is leaning this way. Well, what does that mean? And then you step back. Oh, it's a Roman numeral number that the books are. It's it's.
I like watching that. You can watch that on TV.
Yeah.
Escape room.
We've got one in Monterey, which is like 20, 30 minutes from here, but I've never been. So I'm just
Go for it. You gotta go for it, Jen.
they gotta find someone to escape with me. I'm gonna go.
I don't have.
Yeah. I'll try it out.
Not me.
That does seem kind of interesting to me too. It seems interesting, man.
It does, right?
Yeah. It's definitely gonna test your patience.
Yeah, my oldest daughter went with her boyfriend and his mom, stepdad, and aunt, and she said she was ready to choke her boyfriend out by the time they got out of there. But she's really like, she's smart in like very stressful situations. So even for myself, if there's something crazy going on, there's something about my oldest daughter that is really soothing to have her around because she helps me be more rational, where I feel like sometimes I just would freak out, and she's like, no, calm down, mom. This, she puts it out there and it makes sense. And I don't know. I can see how she did well in a situation like that. Pearl says, if you have kids, don't do it. Put your kids before yourself. If you are single and no kids, go for it. You are not giving if you're not giving too much.
Too much out.
Yeah, too much.
Yeah. There's not enough information.
Yeah.
On her letter there to really, pinpoint. So that's why it's hard to cover every situation that could be. So
right.
Yeah.
Fred says his house becomes an escape room when he wants to go out with the guys.
Hey, Fred. Tune into the chat. We'll escape together, Cat. We'll have guys night out, dog. On the channel.
Hey, you gotta figure out something to say. Hey, I'm going fishing with my friend or something.
Right?
Oh,
that's
shit.
Funny.
Oh man,
that's funny, man.
Right. Good evening, Hugo.
There's not too long ago, I went ahead and I put gas in my vehicle, and for no reason, I had a couple of bucks on me. I was just like, hey, you know what? I'll go ahead and I'll take a Power Omega and a Super, right? And I'm reminded of this right now because my beautiful, crazy local wife, she saw it. She's all like, "Oh, you're playing the lotto?" I'm like, no, not really. I don't know why. I just put gas using cash, and I just looked at it and said, "Hey, you know what? I'll go ahead and take one of each." Didn't win anything, but I just like to ask the question, and everybody gives like such simple answers, but I like to dissect things. What would you do if you won the lottery?
Like in reality, like what's the first thing I would do?
Sure.
Okay. I personally would hire, like, if it's big money, right? The lotto, like I'm thinking millions. So I would hire like an accountant and an attorney to help me make the right choices in what I'm about to walk into, because I've never experienced money like that.
You know what you're saying right now? I agree with that, but can you trust that accountant or that
Well,
lawyer?
That's another issue.
Yeah. That's how I think about that too myself,
But I would then, of course, like pay off whatever debt I have. And I'm thinking, obviously, make sure that I have a home that's paid for. And then next, make sure each of my kids have a home that's paid for, and my mom, of course.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't even know. Like,
okay, all right. Let me ask this. Would it ruin any relationships that you have? I know people think of winning the lottery and saying like, "Whoa, wow, it's a great blessing," but would it ruin any relationships that you have? I hear people saying like, well, I would make sure that my family's good. What does that mean? What is making sure that they're good? What does that mean? Good in your terms, good in their terms? Will they come back? Will what you give them be enough for them? Will they come back later on? Would it ruin any relationships that you have that you think are pretty solid?
Off top, I can say yes, it would ruin relationships in my life. I know that.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I've had relationships ruined over money. That's far less than a lotto winning within family.
Okay,
So I know.
so like you said, if you've bought somebody a house, would that be enough for them for the rest of their life, or do you think they'd come back and say like, "Hey, man, throw a couple more bucks my way"?
Well, I think it depends on the person who bought it for.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, I've literally seen this happen, like within family. Someone was bought the house, right? But years down the line, it came out that they weren't paying the taxes on the house,
Mm.
right? So then they come back and need another favor, another this, that, and then oh, my homeowner's insurance was canceled because of this or that. Can you help me out with that, or I'm going to lose the house? They always made it about the house that you gave me. You know what I mean? Like, so you're in on this with me. So they kind of roped the person in by always making it about, well, it's about the house. I feel like it depends on who you help, who you buy for, because some people will learn you enough to know how to manipulate your kindness and see how far they can take it.
I think with a few of my siblings, if I did that,
Yeah.
they would it would be bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it would be a good thing to do that because of the current situation that they have lived and are living.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would hurt them instead of help them.
And
Does that make
Denise,
sense?
no, it 100% makes sense. And them knowing that you have that money and you're making that decision, would that really hurt your guys' relationship?
I mean, I'd have to have a serious talk with them and tell them why I don't want to do it because, like, I've had family. I mean, I've helped so much my family. I gave them so much, money when they asked for money, and there's been a few that haven't paid me back, and there's been a few that paid me back, but it comes down to that, to where, like I said, it probably would hurt them more than help. And
Right. No, you're saying that you let them borrow money, but this is money that they're not going to pay back. You're not going to give them, say, $5 million and expect them to pay it back. This is now you just giving without this isn't borrowing. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
And it's life changing money. Would it hurt your guys' relationship?
I would have to talk to them, like I said. I would have to have a serious conversation and tell them why I don't want to, and even with just a little bit, I'm talking $20. You know how we look, and I'm sure we all feel this way. It's like when you give a drug user $20, you're like hesitant because you don't know if he's going to go do that fix and die, and that's on you. That's going to be on you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where I stand,
right.
where my situation is. And yeah, I would just have to talk to them and say, this is why I'm not gonna, help you in such a big way. I don't know.
This is why I'm keeping the winnings to myself.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what,
I won the money.
That's not selfish, but if you really think about it, and if you
know what, I had something to say.
Ain't no room for losers. I won the money. I got you, Denise. I got you. That's what you said, Denise. I got you.
Hey, you know what? If you get money, you take care of who you can and you do it, because you know what? Money comes and goes. You know what I'm saying? Even a lot of money. But if you turn people down, it can put a target on your back.
Yikes.
And that's how some people know. And that's for real.
Okay.
Haven't you watched those people that won the lotto? You never know who's going to come out of the woodworks. And you never know, as the word gets around, who's going to say, hey, this guy's got money. Let's go put a hit on him and take his money. You know, stuff like that's gonna happen. But you know what I would do basically, I would give to the church, I would give to my family. But there's a thing that when I do give that's it. That's what I'm gonna give you, and that's it. You know,
And how much is
and
that?
I'll invest some of that money so that it can continue to uh, create money. You know. So, but and do good things with it, man. You know, because you know what, you can't take this money with you. What happens if you win the lotto and you get real sick and no doctor can save you? You know, what's the use? Okay, this is a good example. Good example. My friend that just passed away not too long ago, Philip, right? He tells me, "Hey, you got a Zelle?" I said, "Yeah, I got a Zelle." He goes, "I got some money, and I'm gonna Zelle you money." I said, "Nah." I said, "I'm not here for your money, bro. You know, I'm here to spend time with you." And he goes, "Nah, I can't spend it. I'm gonna die." You know, but you can't take it with you. So you know what? Just use it wisely. You know, listen to God's voice and use it wisely. You know, I definitely will give to my church because they bought property and they're contemplating of building a bigger church north of the freeway. You know,
Okay.
so
Man, I
What did
would
Pearl
buy
say?
me a straight gold platinum coffin ticket with me.
Would you?
And 3 TVs.
Of course.
How how hey homie, you said that you would give to your friends and family. How much would you give?
It depends on the lotto winnings, you know, because after Uncle Sam takes from it, you know, that money doesn't last forever, you know. So it depends if it's in the billions or what millions, you know, depends.
I
But
mean, if I own a house,
money doesn't last forever, bro, because once
No, how what I'm asking is relationships with the money. Like
it'll
I could easily say like, oh man, you know what? I would hook up my family, make sure that they're good, and then
okay.
just leave it at that. But in reality, okay, what is hooking them up, and what is good for them?
Okay.
Is it
Well,
good
say
on
you
my
give them
or is it
this,
good on their terms? Or will they
yeah,
come back for some more money?
and that's where it's going to ruin the relationship
Right.
because they're going to keep on coming back and coming back, you know.
Yep.
But and that's not. I could maybe help them which they could invest that money so they could generate more income. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Start them off a little business or something so they can be independent, you know, and help them out. But
Does it
do
also
that
matter?
route. But it depends. Money, everything's expensive now these days. And how much money are you going to win? Because you could spend $1 million, $2 million like that, you know.
That's what I'm saying. And does it also
Check
depend?
this out. I have a nephew. He was a millionaire. He turned 18. He had 2 million sitting in the bank since he was a little kid, building interest, right? He got that money. Man, did he find friends? Man, did he find enemies? Man, did he find people that put targets on his back? You know what I'm saying? When he took, I'm not lying. He took a backpack with $65,000, right? And he went like this and threw it in the street, you know, like this, like it's nothing. And just threw it, you know. Then he buys cars and he'll go drink, crash them. And after he crashes it, I'll give me another one, you know, and that's it. He ended up being locked up for a period of time, you know, and getting out, and his money's just going, bro. His money's just going, you know, but it's crazy.
Would
Well,
would
he
it
has a point.
matter?
He has a
Would
point
it
there. Give them a monthly allowance. I mean, I would probably be able to do that and see how they, how that works out.
I don't think that would be a good thing because then that's going to be more, they're going to depend on you more, you know. Still, regardless if you give money, they got to they got to understand that you still have to work or you still have to do what you have to do to keep yourself afloat.
Right. So
You know?
so that's my point. How so you're gonna give them
Yeah.
how much? You're gonna give them enough to do what? Where they still have to work? Does it matter what they do with the money? What if they're not investing? What if it's like, what if it's like homegirl that uses the money to move because she found love in another state, goes over there and then calls, a year later saying like, hey, you know what? I'm out of money. It didn't work out. This guy ended up using all my money. Can you hook me up with 5 more mil? I mean, all these things, man. All these things in relationships is just money. I just continually just hear people saying like,
Hey,
"Oh,
what does it say?
I'll make sure this person is good." What does that mean? And is that person okay with you saying what's good for them, as opposed to them saying like, "Hey, wait a minute."
And that's where everybody's different. Every personality is different. You have some money hungry people out there. You have some that will say, okay, that fine, thank you, and be humble and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But definitely money is the root to all evil, man. And that's no joke, man. When you have money, you have friends. Friends come in. When your money goes, friends will desert you, like it says in the Bible. And that's true, and that's a known fact. But in reality, what you give them, if they're happy with it, fine. If they're not, they'll still come back knocking. But it's up to you to determine whether you want to give them more money or not, But to me, like, the simple things in life should mean something to you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's more important than all this fancy stuff or whatever. I'll still live a simple life. I don't need a big mansion. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no big house. Maybe I'll get some bombs or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, get a garage full of bombs, homie.
Hey, that's that's about it. But you know what? I see a guy right now, right? He's got like 15 Impalas from different years just stored in his storage, sitting there, bro, because he's got that money. Now, they're probably worth 100,000 each, And I look at it like, damn, just to buy and store, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's an investment. It could be an investment for him if his business goes bad or whatever, Hey, I could sell him and do that, because I've been there. But man, don't be greedy, man. Be a giver. That's all I can say. But you got to tithe also. You got to give God his money, 10% right off the top,
But also, you know what? It could be a hobby of his. Look at Jay Leno. Jay Leno loves cars. He's got so many damn cars. He can't really even drive them all. It could just be a hobby of his, just like people collect baseball and football cards. Whatever your hobby is, they are in the price range in their life where that can't be a hobby of theirs.
That's true, but I don't know, man. As for cars, put about 2 or 3 in my garage and I'm good.
Look, I'm gonna let everybody know right now. No, I'm kidding.
Make your statement now, right?
I'm gonna set all of them straight right now. You ain't getting shit. You ain't getting shit.
Oh, man.
But money will winning the lotto will definitely bring a lot of people that you haven't seen in a minute, back
And
to
you
your
see those winners that blow it all.
Yeah, but that's an easy one though. That's an easy one. You just shrug people off. It's the people that are in your life right now that change that relationship. And I'll tell everybody right now, I win the lotto. I'm giving everybody a certain amount of money and do not come back calling to me.
Hey,
we'll keep our relationship. We will keep my family members. And by the way, there's some family members that aren't going to get squat, but that's fine. And I'm gonna give, and I definitely like my mom and stuff like that, definitely. But look, ultimately, man, no, I'm not gonna be a straight life support.
Right.
So
that's true. That's true. Yeah, and then again, by you saying that and doing that, some family members might not like you for that. But it is what it is.
Well, you gotta put yourself in that other position too. If one of your family members won the lotto or whatever it may be, right? And they come and they say, "Hey, you know what? I won 100 million, right? I won $100 million. Here's 100,000 for you, right?" to me, that's cool. I can do a lot with 100,000. That's really gonna get me up and going. You know,
Mhm.
for me to say like, oh, that's a greedy bastard over there. What does that say about me?
Yeah.
What does that say about me expecting that person, that family member, to now take care of all my financial need, my financial wants, my
Mm.
financial luxuries, right? So now when you become that person and you do have families or family members or friends that come at you like that, okay, well, what does that say about them now? Right? It's like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and give, and I'm gonna give you a nice good amount, right? But do not come back, we're talking about like, hey, you know what? Now I want this or now I want that. Well, I gave you a
Yeah.
certain amount and it's on you to multiply it.
Yeah, there you go,
And
right there.
if you don't, you don't. But
Yeah.
that's you.
Hey, being a good steward of your money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Mm. Yeah.
definitely.
Not everybody is, man. Not everybody is. There's a lot of people in financial problems.
So true. That is so true. What would you, I mean, just curious for yourself, Chella, what would you do something for yourself if you hit the lotto? Like what something you would enjoy?
Oh man, it'll be one heck of a weekend, but they'll find my corpse floating in a pool somewhere out in Vegas. It'll be one heck of a weekend, though. Move over, hangover. You got nothing on
Oh
me.
no.
It will be just one heck of a weekend, and I will end up just a corpse. No, no. In all seriousness, yeah, Dad, I would definitely tithe. Um, I would probably spread out the tithe,
Mhm.
not to speak bad or not have belief in certain
Mhm.
churches or anything of that sort. But when it's you'll get a certain amount of money, they can
Mhm.
probably pocket a little, right? So I would probably spread out the tithe, and
Yeah.
I'm look, I'm pretty decent with
Yeah.
money as opposed to he's always on the side.
He looks over his shoulder.
What'd you say?
No. So I'm pretty decent with money. It's not like we're gonna completely blow it away. And depending on how much it truly is,
Mhm.
I would much rather win uh, a lower amount than one of the huge amounts where everybody goes lottery crazy, where it's close to $1 billion. I would rather win on the lower side, like a 8 million or something like that,
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
if you win that much amount of money, then it's probably going to be pretty tough for you to say, "Hey, I got to keep the wheels rolling," when you
Yeah.
got an unlimited amount of money. Whereas opposed, okay, I won a good chunk of change, life
Mhm.
changing money, but it's not going to last me forever. So I really got to get to work and use this money
Yeah.
uh,
Right.
to get me
Hey,
up.
Lena Loke said a good thing right there, Cholo. Do you think winning the lotto would change you?
Oh, I'd be a dictator,
To
dog. Are
other
you
people.
You're already there, bro.
Oh no.
You're already there,
Dog,
man.
hey, this thumb right here just pressing down on everybody. Just around. Nah, come on, dog. No.
No.
Um,
Oh shoot.
okay. Look, I'll be honest. Once upon a time, getting that amount of money, it probably actually would have hurt me.
Mhm.
It really would have. And that's something to think about too when you're talking about friends and family. I can think of a couple of friends where you give them some money, you're probably going to end up hurting them, you know.
Well,
Um,
that's what I'm saying. I have nothing else to
yeah,
say with that.
yeah. But
I
then
mean,
they're
if
going
I
to,
do it now and I'm not rich and I
but
have family coming to me to borrow money all the time and I
but those
see,
on a different scale, though, Denise. This is life changing money,
yeah,
though.
that's what I'm saying. I would not
Yeah.
want to give them money because it would hurt them. Like,
But
that's for
now,
real.
now, but now you're playing their parent. Like, hey, I know what's best for you. You don't know what's best for you, even though it may be true. Even though it may be true, you probably do know what's better for them, and they don't know what's best for them, and they're grown adults, and that may be true. So, would it change me once upon a time? Yeah, maybe it would have. Maybe it would have. Today, no, no, I don't. I don't think it.
Mhm.
No, it wouldn't. So,
Yeah.
Jen
okay.
knows. Jen knows my story. I don't know what you think, Jen. Am I being
About which part? I don't want to say too much. Which part? What do you mean?
like giving money to
Did you
my
win the lotto, Denise? What's
Did
up?
Oh.
you win the lotto, Denise? Hey, I've always been one to support you, girl. Come on.
I would probably have to give them money and turn my back and just.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. She's
That's
she's got a very giving heart, so it would be
Oh, yeah.
difficult, right?
I'm not Taiwan, that's for sure.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just, maybe if I don't think
Yeah.
about things, then that's where I would just give and turn my back.
Right.
And that's all you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's probably what I do.
I
Yeah,
think
buy real estate, man. Buy apartment complexes or whatever. So you know you got income always coming in, you know.
Yeah.
Set them up with, hey, here's your little apartment complex over here, you know. Manage it and keep it going, you know, so it'll generate positive cash flow, you know.
See, look at Conejo, man. Buy apartment complex so they could live under him, so he could be a dictator to the people.
right.
No. Hey, I'm not like that. No, hey, you know what? This is what was told me. I'm not a rich man, right? But when I was a truck driver and I worked and I had my money, I had at one time I had 2 bombs, a chopper, Lincoln Town car, and a station wagon. You know, I had cars, I had things, right? I had a family member come to me because I had this, but I worked my ass off. You know what I'm saying? I had a family member come up to me, and I couldn't believe I heard it. Out of 45 years of my life that I known my family member to think I was too good for them because I had all this stuff. And I looked and I said, man, I got pissed at this person, man, because I said, man, you should know me. That's kind of, they see, that's where they start coming in, you know what I'm saying? Thinking that, oh, you got a lot of money, this and that. Well, and that person had their own home, but for some reason, they thought just because I had this stuff that I was better than them, that they thought I was better than them. And I said, I don't even give you that impression. So why are you thinking of that? I says, out of all these years. But so family can turn on you sometimes, you know, like that, you know, and especially when it comes to a lot of money, it's going to be even worse, bro.
Yeah, can you imagine?
It's going to be even worse.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, definitely.
Most definitely. That's a good question because it could go a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
But with all of that said, what do you have coming up, Cholo? Anything you're doing or working on in your channel? I mean, you're always working, but
Yeah. I'm gonna have a couple of interviews. I realized I haven't really done too many interviews, and have probably a few artists, a couple of singers jump on and chop it up with them, and interview one of my camaradas who likes to hit the dance floor. He's
all right.
yeah, no, he's really making a name for himself. He really is. So you know, I've been trying to get him on. He's always like, nah, man, I'm not, that's not me, you know, and everything. But now he's really gaining some recognition, man. I mean, this guy, he's in his 50s, but I'll put him up against any youngster. He'll mop the floor with you on the dance floor.
Yeah, I seen him in action, bro. He will, man. Hey, I seen that one your interview with that one from Tierra, that one guy from Tierra.
Yeah.
That was a good one, bro. Yeah, that was a good
Hey,
one, man.
that was so, oh man, that was so cool. That was so freedom, man. I'm having a blast, man.
That one was dope, man.
He invited me to his studio, Moonlight Studio. We're in there. He showed me a lot of things, just of Tierra and everything. That was so much fun, man. It was a blast. And then I'm gonna have Pastor David jump on as well. We're gonna do a little bit more Bible talk, and I'm gonna expose him. If he wins the lottery, what would he do?
Yes.
But, that's just things like that that I'll be doing throughout this month. So I don't want to say it's gonna be all this week. I don't know. Maybe none of it will be this week, but throughout this week.
Right. I'm looking forward to seeing all of that. Okay, cool. And House, I know you got a party coming up. So besides that,
yeah, on the 20th. Okay, yeah, it's going down.
okay.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun, good things, raffles, we're gonna. I know you've been practicing. That's why you've been going at the Era, man, practicing your singing, Cholo, huh? I know, and you're hanging around with all them singers, huh?
Yeah.
You're
Watch
gonna put
out.
little hits.
It's gonna surprise you guys.
But yeah, but other than that, after that on my channel, I'm gonna start doing morning things like a daily devotion, because I started really saying, what are you gonna do with your channel? What are you gonna do? You play music at night with Crust, you do this and that, but what I really want to do is put out some good messages in the morning for somebody to wake up to something good, and hopefully it makes their day or whatever, I'll probably either do it live because I always get some scripture every day, and so I'm probably going to read that off and go from there, bring something good.
That'll be good. All
No,
right.
real quick, House. I'm glad you're doing that because everybody always wants the evening, but nobody really takes the morning when you start your day. So
Yeah, and I'm like those rabbits, early bird. I'm early, bro. I'm like, I go to sleep late, wake up early. It's just natural when you've done that for years, driving and stuff. It's just natural.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yep.
How about you, Denise? What do you got going on this week?
This week,
Family stuff.
nothing really. Yeah, just family stuff. Last night we went shopping and got the stuff we're gonna take to House's party and just getting ready for that.
Okay, cool.
Hey, we got the mic for your rap there, Denise. Look at rap.
Right.
we're gonna party, man. Move over, Frank the Tank. We're going to Greeley.
That's what I like to see. That's right.
That's gonna be cool. All right. Looking forward to seeing all that. I appreciate you guys being here. Cholo, it's good to see you, brother. It's always a pleasure. And for all of us to come together and the conversation's always good. So we got to do it again. And I appreciate you, Denise, House, everyone in the chat. Thank you for being here, spending time with us. Thank you for, choosing to spend your time here. And we will be back next week, same time, with another special guest I'll be announcing in a few days here. So with that said, you guys have a blessed evening.
God bless you, sister. Bye, guys.
Bye.
We're going straight to
Buenas noches, guys.